Hey everyone, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing, and we had to do this video. It's some really terrible news for people that are looking to purchase new RVs, but it's kind of what we've been talking about, but we again have reaffirmation of the information we've been giving you.
So this comes from RVtravel.com and the date is September 11th, 2021. The topic is, the name of the article is Pathetic Quality, in quotes. RV dealers are fed up with what manufacturers are producing. This is really not something that you want to read.
Now, we read RVtravel.com a lot, and they usually don't write articles like this. And I'm going to read a lot of verbatim from this article because it's really important. And then we're going to talk about what our opinion is ultimately. And again, this is just our opinion. This is an editor's note. RVtravel.com is regularly invited to participate in nationwide conference calls with large RV dealers and other ones involved. A condition of our involvement is the conference call is that no individual is specifically named in the follow-up reports. So basically saying this is coming from conference calls that they sit in on and that the information, the sources are good. Now, there's no way for us to verify this. This is just going what RVtravel.com says. So one large nationwide conference call, you have a 30-year dealer, and this is in quotations from what the dealer owner said. It's horrendous inside and out, but we have no recourse but to put these on the lot and try to sell them. You try to take what you get and you move on. It's some of the worst stuff I've seen in 30 years. Okay, so that's one quote from an RV dealer. I don't know if you want to read this one.
So the East Coast dealer said RV manufacturers are building them as fast as they can, and there just isn't any quality control, which many of you know. Manufacturers are not doing a good job of taking care of their customers. It's gone from bad to worse.
And then continuing, there was a West Coast dealer. Now, none of these dealers are named for obvious reasons. They don't want to be blacklisted from the RV manufacturers. But here's a quote directly from a West Coast RV dealer. My greatest fear now is watching the motorized RV industry get toppled. They just don't have the expertise to complete a motorhome in northern Indiana anymore. Their labor force has no eye for quality, and they have no way of teaching it. The industry is ripe for someone to step in, start producing quality products, be likely to be someone other than Indiana right now. If the workers there get upset by something, they just walk off because it's easy to get a job in Elkhart right now. Now, there's many more quotes on here.
Right, well, there's one more I want to read before we discuss it. He cited one manufacturer who admitted that he usually has no idea what Monday morning is going to look like. He doesn't know if he's going to have a full staff, half a staff. He has no idea who's even going to show up to work on Monday.
Now, again, I'm just going to close the computer here. We're going to go from what was said on here, which we have no way to verify other than it's coming from RVtravel.com. But what we can tell you is that it is making, for us, a lot of sense from what we've seen, right? There's no direct evidence, but there's a lot of evidence supporting what this article is saying. Well, talk about the labor market first, because you have firsthand knowledge on this.
I mean, many of you know I am a business owner, and it's been bad. Not necessarily that business isn't coming in, but finding staff to handle the business has been a challenge that I've never experienced in my 10 years of business. It's been very challenging, and we're making it work as we do with everything. But yes, I, along with many other business owners, and we have good friends too that own businesses, are struggling with this very same thing.
Again, it's not the business coming in, it's the labor. They can't get the labor. Now, talking about that one with the article, the Elkhart, the workers have no idea. That really makes sense. We've been to multiple RV manufacturers, multiple ones. You can't just walk into those places like on the assembly line and just start. That is a skill set that takes years and years to acquire. That's what made some of the big, what used to be known as quality manufacturers, made them quality manufacturers, because they had generations working the line. It was passed down. You know, you had manufacturers where they had people working the line for 15 years. Right. 10 years, average 12 years. That doesn't seem to be happening anymore. So what is happening? These RVs, this is not, if you're new to RVing, an RV is not like a car you buy. A car you buy, it's all automated for the most part. An RV is made by hand, and it takes a skill set. And if you don't have the appropriate staff with the skills, and then on top of that, you're pushing out as many as you can, and you're cutting back to try to save money because of the rising cost of parts, that is a recipe for disaster.
Right. And we're seeing it over and over again in social media, on Facebook groups, where every day there are people saying that they literally just got their brand new RV, and guess where it is? It's in the shop, and they're not going to have it for months. So you spend all this money for a quality product, and then you don't get to use it, and then you have to sit and wait.
Yeah, and we're not talking about like $15,000 RV. We're talking about $500,
Yes.
$600, $700,000 motorhomes that people are getting, and this is horrible. People are getting them, and they're having major issues.
Right.
And they can't get parts, and they can't get service, and they're paying a note, and it's insane. We have an insider. I'm not going to mention their name. They just picked up a Baystar. They listened to us. They got an inspection, and there was multiple issues the inspector found, including seals that were not sealed from the factory.
On a brand new
Brand new.
motorhome.
Brand new.
Yeah.
So if that person did not have that vehicle inspected, that motorhome inspected, that seal would have started leaking. And you know what? A
destroy
couple of
it.
months down the line, it would have been a disaster. If it's out of warranty, oh well, you know,
Sorry.
good luck.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to say, guys, for us, it is highly, highly unlikely we are going to be buying a new RV. Unless it's maybe a very custom RV, like a
Where they
show
don't
hauler.
do a lot per year.
Where they're doing
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
per year, and it doesn't matter. Like, they're backed out for 2 years.
Right.
They do 25 a year.
Yeah.
Even with that being said, we're probably going to go with something used. We're probably going to go something pretty old used, because they just don't make them the way they used to.
No, it's really sad. And about a year ago, it was just about a year ago, we actually did a video called Why This is the Worst Time to Buy an RV. We'll link that above. And it's so sad to see that here we are a year later, and it's actually worse. And it's not coming from our mouths. It's coming from the people that are right in the mix of it.
We've seen it at the RV shows. When we were at Tampa, we showed you $800,000 motorhomes with wiring that was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. No excuse for wiring on a $100,000 motorhome, never mind a $800,000+ motorhome. Unfortunately, whatever goes up must come down. Everybody's fat and happy right now, but when things start receding, that's when you're going to start seeing these manufacturers really have to get it together.
And we hate, we don't like to do these like wah-wah videos, but some people, many people may be looking to buy new and are not seeing these types of things, these articles and this information that's out there. And we like to spread the word to the consumer, so you're fully aware of what you're stepping into. It's really important when you're spending this much money.
We've said it once, we will continue to say we have no connection to the RV industry. We get sponsored by different manufacturers, parts,
Yeah.
but if it's a crap product, we don't do it, and we call it as we see it. So in the comments below, let us know if you've got a new motorhome, RV, whatever it may be. Let us know. Have you had problems? If you've had problems, have they been addressed? Has there been anything that's been egregious, just ridiculous, that it never should have left the manufacturer? And are you having problems getting parts? Let us know in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.